Hi guys, I am back. It is now week 2 of math and of our mobile learning math. And today we're going to be doing the review of a circle. So go ahead and get out page 211, tear that out, okay? And it's a lot better to have it torn out so you're only working with one page at a time. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to go ahead and get started on this page. Now, if you're in my language class, you've seen this format before. You've seen where I've shared my page with you. If you haven't been in my language class, I'm so excited for you to get to see this format because it is so much better when you can see the page and we can work through it together. So just like before, if you have any difficulty with this, first thing I want you to do is pause it and come back to it, okay? Pause it, rewind, look at it again. The second thing I want you to do is circle it, and if you have any issues, we'll go back over it together, okay? So here's your page. It's page 211, and I would like you to please look at this. So since it's a review, then we do not have to, like a lesson per se, but we're going to be reviewing as we go along in the lesson. So let's look at number 1. It says find the circumference. Remember, the circumference of a circle, and I'm going to go ahead and write that in here. The circumference of a circle is the distance around a circle. And if you want to, you can go ahead and write that down. It's kind of like the perimeter of the circle, but we don't call it perimeter, we call it circumference. So remember, when you do this, there are 2 formulas you can use to find circumference. And they both will give you the same exact answer, okay? You can have circumference equals pi times diameter, or circumference equals circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. We say that 2 pi r. Remember, when you do pi, pi is always the same number. Pi is always 3.14, or 3 1/7, but in this case, it's easier just to do 3.14. Okay, so if they give us the diameter, we can use the formula C equals 2 pi r, which we will today. And if they give us the radius, if they give us the diameter, we're going to use C equals pi d. And if they give us the radius, we're going to equal C equals 2 pi r. So let's go ahead and start. Remember, I like to start with a little circle, okay, just to show us. So number 1, I have a circle, and I'm going to label it. And my circle has a radius of 16 meters. My radius is 16 meters. Okay, so I'm going to use the formula what? C equals 2 pi r, or 2 times pi times the radius. C equals 2 times 3.14 times 16. Now remember, I told you last week that there's 2 ways we can do this. We know that 2 times 3.14 is always 6.28, always, forever and ever. It's never going to change. Or we could do 2 times 16, which is 32, and then multiply that by 3.14. It doesn't matter. Either way we can do it. Okay, I think what I'm going to choose is I'm going to do C equals 6.28 times 16. Now, you're probably going to need to have a scratch paper. Okay, so or you can work it out on the side. You have 6.28 times 16. Go ahead and work it out. Let's see what we get. 6 times 8 is 48. And if you want, you can pause and then you can check to see if I get the same answer as you, or you get the same answer as me. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4 is 16. Carry my 1. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 1 is 37. Okay, and then I have an 8, a 2, and a 6. I'm going to add it all up, and I get 8, 4, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2 decimals here, and I get 100.48. So my circumference equals 100.48 what? 100.48 what? What are we dealing with here? We have meters. Good. So circumference equals 100.48 meters. Let's move on to B. If you're confused, erase, or not erase it, don't erase it. Rewind and come back and we'll go over it. Let's look at B. I have a diameter of 5.3 centimeters. I'm just going to draw myself a little circle here, just so I know what a diameter looks like. The more you do it, the better you're going to have this memorized, okay? So my diameter is 5.3 centimeters, okay? Now, what formula am I going to use? C equals pi d or C equals 2 pi r. Because I have diameter, I'm going to use the formula C equals pi d. C equals pi times diameter. C equals 3.14 times 5.3. Now remember, when you work these out, you don't have to round. Unless the directions say to round, you don't have to round. So let's go ahead and multiply. 3.14 times 5.3. 4 times 3 is 12, carry my 1. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Put my place marker. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. And 5 times 3 is 15. So now I can add 2, 4, 6, 6, 1. And I have 2 decimals here, 1 decimal here. So I'm going to have 3 decimals in my final answer. And I get, and I hope you got the same thing, C equals 16.642 centimeters. And remember, circle or box your answers, or you can highlight your answer just so you know where your answer is, okay? Okay, this is what I want you to do. Pause, try letter D. But with letter D, let's go over it for a minute. If you have a diameter of 5.5 inches, what can we do first? We can change that 5.5 to a mixed decimal. What is 5.5 as a mixed decimal? 5.5, good. So if I were you, what I would do first is to change that 5.5 to 5.5 first. So go ahead and pause and try it. Okay, you're back. Let's see. So I know I have diameter, C equals pi d. Check yours as I'm doing it. Check to see if you have what I have. Circumference equals 3.14 times 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and work this out over here. 3.14 times 5.5. 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. Put my place marker. 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2, and actually it's going to be the same because it's a 5, just like our 1's place was. Okay, so I have 0, 7, 2, 1, 7, 1, 2 here, 1 here, 3 here, 17.270. Now question, do you need the 0 at the end? No, you do not, okay? So circumference equals 17.27. Now, if you got 17.270, it's a different name, but it's the same answer. What you got is 17 and 270 thousandths. The answer is 17 and 27 hundredths, which means the same value. It just has a different name. Now, something I forgot to do, and hopefully you did it, it's right inches. Good. Okay. Okay. So let's do one more. Actually, I'm not going to do one more together because I feel like we're doing really well with these. But I do want you to look at number 2 and 3. Last week on Friday, we went over some items together as a class on our little Zoom meeting on Friday morning. So what I want to do, guys, is I want you to highlight these because these are the ones we're going to come back to on Friday morning. These are the ones that we can work out together because I would really like to do this step by step and little by little with you. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to do that, okay, with me on Friday. So just highlight those, circle those, and we're going to go over this together on Friday. Okay. 4 we're going to come back to. You probably already know what it's for. Oh, wow. Okay, let's look at this here. It says drawing a geometric model. For 1 hour, we're on the back of the page, while the Nelsons visited the McBrides, the Nelsons Chihuahua and the McBrides Rottweiler, oh my goodness, look at that size difference, were tied to 2 separate poles. This math curriculum, they keep tying dogs to poles. It's kind of sad. That's okay. Rex was on a 15-foot rope, and Rosie is the little chihuahua, was on a 12-foot rope. The distance between the two poles was 30 feet. Find the shortest distance possible between Rex and Rosie. So let's look. First of all, we need to think, how can a geometric model picture the information? And they kind of showed us here at the bottom. Step or plan, what steps do I use? Number one, I draw a circle and assign a radius of 15 feet. So this is what they've done for number one. They've drawn a circle and they assigned a radius of 15 feet. Step two, draw a smaller circle and assign a radius of 12 feet. Okay, so they've drawn a smaller circle and they've drawn a radius of 12 feet. Then it says, label the distance from the center of one circle to the center of the other as 30 feet. Well, they've done that as well. Let's look at 3. They put this distance as 30 feet. Subtract the sum of the two radii from 30 feet to find the distance separating Rex and Rosie. Okay, so there's some different words in this. The words we want to look out for are subtract the sum, which means we're going to be adding somewhere, right? Of the two radii, remember plural of radius is radii, from 30 feet, that means that is our minuend from 30 feet. Remember with subtraction, minuend minus subtrahend equals difference. So we're going to subtract from 30 feet to find the distance separating Rex and Rosie. Well, we're going to do, first thing we need to do is this. We're going to find the sum of those two radii. One is 15 feet and one is 12 feet. So what's 15 plus 12? 27. Then we're going to find how far apart they are from 30 feet. Well, what is the difference between 30 feet and 27 feet? 3 feet. So they are at any given time, the shortest distance they can be apart is 3 feet. That's the shortest distance they can be apart. Now they can be further apart if they're on, let's say they're on opposite ends, right? They would be really far apart if they were on opposite ends. But because if they went the closest they can get 3 feet towards each other. Oh, let's look at extending the problem. It says, what is the greatest possible distance between the two dogs? Let's figure that out. Okay, we're gonna come down here. Go to, I would like you to go to a scratch piece of paper. Always have that handy when you're working on math, okay? And I would like you to draw a circle, bigger circle with a diameter in it. We'll get to labeling it in a minute. And next to that, I want you to draw a smaller circle with a diameter. Okay. So if we know that Rex, the Rottweiler, has a 15-foot radius, what would be Rex's diameter? Rex's diameter would be 30 feet. Okay, this is Rex. He's that big Rottweiler. They're the sweetest dogs. And Rosie is the little Chihuahua. And the Chihuahua's radius was 12 feet, but how long is her diameter? Remember, if you have a radius that's 12, I'm going to double that. What's her diameter? 24 feet. Okay. How far apart can they be? How far apart can they be? Let's see. Well, let's think about this. If they are 30 feet apart, if these poles right here, because we have to remember there's a certain piece of information that even I forgot till I looked at it. The distance here between these two, the distance is 30 feet. I'm going to write this right here. The distance is 30 feet. Okay, from the center of those circles. What is left when I start here and I go this way I go to the left in this radius? What's half of 30? 15. Okay, 15 feet. And what is left, or how much more do I need to go to the edge of this circle, of Rosie's circle? What's half of 24? It is 12 feet. Okay, so let's think about it. Let's use our knowledge here. We have 15 feet on one side, plus the 30 feet in between the two poles, plus the 12 feet on the other side. How many feet is that all together? You can do it little by little. 15 plus 30 is 45, plus 12, 57 feet apart. That is how far apart they're, that's how far, how far apart they can be. Tongue-tied, just like in class. I get tongue-tied on here too. Okay, so I want you guys to look tonight for homework. So listen, we are also, because I'd love to do this one step by step with you. So put a highlight or a circle or something on 1 and 2 on page 212, because I would love to go over that with you on Friday, okay? So there's gonna be 4 items from Mondays that I'm gonna go over with you on Friday. I'm gonna go over with you how to construct a circle, okay? And I'm gonna go over with you the 2 word problems on Friday. So keep those with you. Don't lose your papers, because it's super important that you have them, okay? So tonight, your homework, or I don't want to say homework because you're already home, just your classwork, some work I'd like you to keep up with is going to be page 211. I'm going to call it your assignment. And do you have to do it at night? No, get it all done, get it done, and then you can go and have fun the rest of the day, right? Page 211, number 4, A, B, C, and D. Remember, if you're given a radius, you double it to find the diameter. If you're giving a diameter, you half it or divide by 2 to find the radius. Then you can use either formula you want to find circumference. I personally like using pi times diameter because I like using pi times diameter because I know that I only have to do one step, pi 3.14 times diameter. So go ahead and give those a try, and tomorrow we'll come back and we will go over them. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.